You're getting all set for the All-Ireland final against Limerick?
Yeah, look, good place to be, Aisling, so looking forward to it now.
Yeah, obviously facing Limerick, they're going for 4 in a row. There's lots of talk about them. How do you feel about facing them again? Obviously it's a repeat of last year.
Yeah, look, it's a huge task. I mean, they've been a fantastic team for the last number of years, and some top players all over the pitch. But that's the challenge ahead, and it's an exciting one. Look, we have to. It's a game we'll have to attack rather than fear, and so we're looking forward to it.
Do you feel that Kilkenny are going in as underdogs?
I think probably safe to say we've been underdogs all year, in most people's minds, and that's fine. It's we've had. I wouldn't say we've. Over the course of the year, we've been at our best. I think we've improved as the year has gone on, and I think we'll need that improvement again on Sunday week. It's going to be really important. So, really, I suppose the focus for the next couple of weeks is really on ourselves now and making sure that we can put in a really good performance.
Do you feel like you can match them physically? That's always the talk, how physical they are as a team. Do you think Kilkenny can match them?
Yeah, no, I think so. I think we have a really strong squad. I think we've a lot of experience there, and in terms of physicality or fitness, I think is really strong at the minute, and hopefully we're just coming right at the correct time.
Yeah, peaking at the right time, that's the main thing. You're speaking about the experience, obviously coming off the bench was so important against Clare. The likes of Richie Hogan, he does it time and time again. Yeah. Walter coming on, Borough Welch coming on, you had that bench, and that's really important. Yeah,
hugely important, and the bench has been key for us this year, and it'll be no different again Sunday week. But all those players have been fantastic, both starting and coming on. They've played both roles, and whenever you're looking for a player to come on, you're looking for him to make a contribution, you're looking for him to win the game for you, and we've got that so far, and it's hugely important then we get that contribution again.
What was the most pleasing thing about the win over Clare?
I think probably the second half, it looked like momentum was definitely had swung towards Clare, and I think to get back into the game, work a couple of scores, and obviously the goal was a key point in the game then. But I think sometimes it can be easy to go back into your shell when it's not going your way, and I think that's really important that we'd fellas who went looking for the ball, who were happy to just go and create a chance or two, and once we got a score or two, we seemed to settle back into it. So that was the most pleasing thing, and to see it out then against a really top team.
And what about Owen Murphy's save? Was that a pleasing thing too?
Yes, yeah, no, obviously outstanding save, but look, Owen has been doing that. We see that in training time and time again, and he's improving all the time. He was outstanding again, not just from the saves, but his general play as well. And he's in good form.
Yeah, not to mention just individuals, but obviously TJ Reid, he's gone on to win the all-time top scorer record. He broke it against Clare. Unbelievable player, and he is so important for you.
That's so important, yeah. And look, he works so hard at his game, and you can see that then when it comes to it. I don't think people realise how hard he works. And even in the game against Clare, he was leading by example in terms of working back to field. His work rate was outstanding, along with many others. So look, he's doing it, and he's in great form.
And how are you finding the role? Obviously you were in with Brian Cody as selector, you were at the 20s, and now your first year as manager. How are you finding it all?
Yeah, look, I'm hugely enjoying it so far, and obviously when you get to a final, it's it's even more enjoyable. But look, we have a really good group, fantastic management team, backroom team with me as well. So I'm not on my own, and S&C team, medical team. So we just have a really good group. People are really good at the roles, and we enjoy the challenge of it. And that's why you do it, because you love doing it. And so I suppose it's about bringing all that into play now and making sure that we're prepared for Sunday week.
Yeah, you're obviously a former player for Kilkenny. Did you always have it in your mind that you wanted to be the manager one day?
No, it's safe to say I didn't. It wasn't something I was kind of looking at. Obviously, I enjoyed the coaching aspect of it and got into that, when I finished playing, and I enjoyed kind of working with my club team at home. And things developed from that, and you get the opportunity obviously to go in under Brian and then with the under 20s, and really enjoyed it, to be honest. And I have to say I am enjoying it still, and if you aren't enjoying it, you shouldn't be doing it. And so look, it's not something you kind of plan for. I think last number of years have just flown by, to be honest. So yeah.
Did you learn from Brian Cody?
Yeah, of course I did. I mean, learned from him both, when I was a player, and then obviously being involved with him. Look at he's. I think we've all learned lots from him, to be honest. Look, he's a great man, and somebody that was always passionate about Kilkenny and passionate about having really high standards. And I think for me, I suppose one of the objectives was to make sure those standards didn't drop. And we've a group of players that buy into that principle as well, so that's really important. And so yeah, hugely enjoying it.
And do you hear from it all anymore? Obviously we see him at the games, there's different pictures go around of him at Croke Park and the likes. Do you hear from it all? Not
much, to be honest. In fairness to him, he would send a text after winning a game and that, but in fairness to Brian, he would leave you off and let you get on with the job yourself. So no, look, he would always support. Once it's Kilkenny, he's behind you, and so no difference there.
And facing Limerick, obviously a huge test. They have many players that can do damage. I suppose one in particular is Aaron Gillane. How are you going to stop him?
That's a good question, but look, top player. But I'd have full confidence in our backs, but that are starting recently and who are on the bench as well. And huge trust in them as well. I think there's going to be lots of good battles around the pitch. That will be one of them. But look, that's what you're looking for. That's what it's all about. You're putting yourself up against the best teams, and when you get to an Ireland final against Limerick, it doesn't get any bigger than that. And but we're looking forward to it.
Yeah, is there a good buzz about?
Absolutely. No, there is a great buzz around, and training is really enjoyable. Players are in good form, and look, this is where you want to be as a player, and anyone involved in the team. Looking forward to an Ireland final. So we just have to embrace that now and look forward to it and take it on.
Brilliant, Derek. Thanks very much. Best of luck. Fogarty, how is things? You're getting all set to be in an All-Ireland final once again.
Yeah, things are good. Yeah, looking forward to the next couple of days. I suppose time is flying now. It's going to be a quick run into the All-Ireland, but yeah, we're feeling good.
How did it feel to hear you have Limerick?
Yeah, look, you probably don't spend too much time thinking about it, really. I think the main focus there after the semi-final was just getting ourselves right, really, and recovering and getting back to training, really. And look, we'll be focused now for the All-Ireland and obviously honing in on Limerick again.
Yeah, just looking back then at the All-Ireland semi-final against Clare, such a tight contest. What a team Clare are. You came out on top that day. Just your block in particular in that first half, you timed it so well, and it was clinical that you got that, because obviously there was a goal in it in the end.
Yeah, look, it was probably an important moment at the time, but I suppose at the end of the day it was probably just one moment in a game where there's hundreds of things happening, and as I said there before, Billy Ryan's turnover for our goal was probably every bit as much important, but look, these are the things that happens in games. You're getting back there to try and help out, and lucky enough I got a block there at a crucial time.
And what's it like to be a part of this Kilkenny team?
That's great. Look, we're a very tight knit group, to be honest. We're a very close panel, and look, it's huge. We are all very, very close friends, and we're really happy in one another's company. But look, to be part of a Kilkenny team is a massive honour, really. When you're a young lad or whatever, that's what you dream of, and to be living it now is it's great. Yeah,
you've won 4 All-Irelands, going for your 5th. So you know what it's like to get there, and then you know what it's like to have a few years without it. So I'm sure you're dying to get back there.
Yeah, look, definitely. I suppose I've seen both sides of the coin now. I've obviously won a couple and I've lost a couple. So it feels like. But look, we're just hoping we can do it for this group of players, really, and for this group of management, and I suppose all the supporters as well.
Yeah, obviously new management with Derek in. Obviously he was there anyway under Brian, so you were well used to him. What's the difference between him and Brian, maybe their management styles?
Look, I think a lot of things have stayed the same. Derek he's come in with an excellent group around him, and look, at the end of the day they're all just very genuine Kilkenny men, and look, they do anything for you. We all know what they were like as players themselves, and you just hang on every word they say to you, and you take it at face value, and they've been excellent.
It feels like there's a really good bond this year. Is that, maybe there always was, but it feels like there's a little bit different this year for some reason?
Yeah, I think, look, by and large, I think Kilkenny teams have had an excellent bond throughout the years, but there is a sense of, I don't know, like Derek has brought in a few fresh faces, and they've all contributed to it massively in their own regard, and yeah, we're a tight-knit group, and look, I suppose just really have enjoyed the last couple of weeks, and look, we're very happy to, I suppose, now see it out to the end, and we're in an All-Ireland final, and we have another couple of days now to prepare with one another, I suppose.
Yeah, lots of talk about Limerick going for their 4 in a row. Do you feel like you can match them physically?
Look, it's going to be a huge challenge. They're a very big physical team, but behind that they're all well able to hurl. So we're going to have to do our best, and look, we'll give it all we can.
Yeah, they've so many threats all over the pitch. I suppose one in particular is Gillane. How will you stop him?
It's the burning question, but look, we'll see. Look, we'll back ourselves. We'll try to play our own game, and we'll try to do our own thing. And look, hopefully we'll come out the right side of it.
Yeah, I think in a successful team, it's great to have a bench that come on and make an impact, and that was definitely evident against Clare. The likes of Walter coming on, Richie Hogan. There was so many, Porrick Welsh as well, that come on as well. He did really well and got a score. How important is it to have that bench?
Yeah, it's huge. I think the way the game has gone, the demands are so high that it's every bit important that you have players that are coming in there and contributing to the game. And I suppose the lads you've mentioned there have been massive for us, really. And look, it's probably a toss-up there between a lot of lads who starts one day or maybe who comes in another day, really. That's the bottom line of it. We've a very strong panel. Derek Bryan's from under 20s from last year. They've all put their hands up there, and even to get on to a 26 there, there's great competition in the group, and look, that's what drives the whole thing, really.
Absolutely. And for yourself, away from hurling, you're a teacher. How was that?
Yeah, good. I'm on the holidays now at the moment, so it's not
nice.
a bad time to be a teacher. But yeah, I'm teaching down in Callan there. We're a newly amalgamated school down in Callan, so we're getting on very well down there, and they've, after having some local success down there, the under 13s won the Ryan A schools down there. So look, we're hoping that we can drive on the hurling down there now as well.
Oh, brilliant. And do you get involved in any coaching?
Yeah, look, I take a team to school there. I was with the under 16s this year, and yeah, it's great. It's good to be involved with the young lads, and I suppose to see how interested in and probably how skillful a lot of these young players are coming through. It's great to see it.
Yeah, it must be great for them to be able to see you out there playing for Kilkenny. You're in Croke Park in front of 60,000-70,000 one day, and then back in the classroom the next.
That's it, yeah. Sure, look, they probably do get a bit of a thrill out of it, but I suppose when you're at the top of the classroom, then you have to go back to being the teacher. So
Are you strict?
No, it wouldn't be too bad now. No, but by and large, they're all great chaps and girls down there. So yeah, look, very happy down there at the moment, and Mossy Keown is down there teaching with me as well. So look, we have a great staff down there, and just really progressing nicely now.
Very good. There's probably a few future Kilkenny players in there. Obviously, one player we'll mention is TJ Reid, unbelievable servant, no more than yourself as well for Kilkenny, and I've been there a long time. What is it like, I suppose, to play alongside great players like this? There's so many within Kilkenny.
Yeah, TJ, look, he's special for sure, but look, the preparation he puts into it is phenomenal, and he's been a huge leader for all of us, really, and he keeps driving the standards. Yeah, but look, like, hurling aside, he's a top lad, really. He's a great friend, and that's probably what's special about TJ too. He's just he's one of the lads when he's in the dressing room with us all there, really. And he give anyone a bit of advice there, but he's top notch.
And when you're training now, these next 2 weeks that you have, or just under, what is it like in training? Do you have that intensity? I suppose you do. You want to make that team, but also you're probably thinking, right, need to keep myself right here and not pick up any knocks or anything like that.
Yeah, I suppose, look, after the semi-final, probably this week is probably a lot of it is focused on recovery, but yeah, we'll have a couple of tough sessions, and there'll be no minding yourself in them. I suppose that we're all fighting for positions at the end of the day, so that's the way it always needs to be.
Yeah, is it very intense, the trainings?
Oh, they have been, yeah. We've had great sessions throughout the year, and look, that's what you need. I suppose when you're in the heat of the battle, that's what you rely on, is your training and your preparation, and we prepared very well throughout the year, and I think it's stood to us.
What would it mean to win your 5th All-Ireland?
Look, it'd be huge. You probably, you don't get ahead of yourself thinking about it, really. At the moment, you're trying to remain focused on the match itself and trying to get a performance. But yeah, look, to be massive for everyone, really, if we could do it. So we'll give it all we can.
Brilliant, Conor. Thanks for your time. Huw Lawlor, how is things? Are you all excited to play in the All-Ireland final against Limerick?
Yeah, looking forward to it, definitely, yeah.
What was it like to hear that you had Limerick?
Yeah, look, obviously we knew they had won on the Saturday, so we wanted to win the game, the semi-final, regardless of who had won on Saturday, really.
What was it like in that semi-final? Obviously a really tough test against Clare.
Yeah, look, we know Clare are an excellent side as well. We knew we'd have to be at our best to beat them, so it was great to get over the line in the end.
And for you, what's it like in that full back line? Is there pressure there, or do you enjoy the full back position?
Yeah, look, you have a job to do there, I suppose, is trying to defend as best you can. You're hugely dependent on the lads out the field and the lads around you, so it's definitely defensively, I suppose, it's a huge team effort from everyone.
Yeah, and like even coming on to the panel, it was 2018 when you first came on.
Yeah.
So I'm sure you were probably looking up to a lot of these players, the likes of TJ, Richie Hogan, that are still there playing. Yeah,
look, as the lads are huge leaders, every one of them. And obviously before I joined the panel, you're looking up to, and then when you get to the panel and you get a bit more comfortable hurling with them, I suppose. But their principles and the value they bring to it is absolutely huge. And as I said, they're massive leaders for everyone on the panel.
And was this always what you wanted to do, to play hurling for Kilkenny?
Yeah, I suppose it's when you're pucking around in the garden at home, you're always dreaming of getting there eventually. So it's great to be here.
There was lots of stories after the All-Ireland semi-final of how you used to play soccer and how there was different scouts in England had said that you weren't big enough, and that's why, obviously looking at you now, I don't know how that was the case, but there was pictures actually going around of you playing underage, and yeah, you were tiny at that point and the jersey was falling off you. Tell us a little bit about your development and how you went from obviously playing soccer at that level to playing for Kilkenny.
Yeah, I think my soccer abilities were definitely overestimated, I think, to be honest with you. Yeah, no, look, I was always on the smaller side, I suppose, and I was just growing up, but never really stopped me in terms of hurling or anything like that. I was very lucky to have great mentors and coaches in my club, O'Loughlin's, and in school and growing up, so it was never something that I felt that held me back.
And did you feel you wanted to go on and play soccer professionally? Was that in your mind at all?
No, it was always hurling. I loved the soccer growing up. There's a lot of lads on the panel there I was saying would have played soccer with and against them that are even on the panel now, but no, it was always hurling, and I kind of came to a point there around 15-16 where I wanted to, where the hurling was going to be the one, so no, it was an easy choice, to be honest.
Yeah, is it fully accepted to play soccer in Kilkenny?
I know it definitely is, yeah, obviously to a certain point, I suppose. But no, look, there's a huge soccer community in Kilkenny there, and they really do love it. The clubs are going from strength to strength, so yeah.
Great to hear. And what is the difference now within this setup from, say, when Brian Cody was in charge to now with Derek?
Yeah, look, Derek and the lads have been brilliant for us all the way through. The core of kind of values have remained the same. If you're not kind of showing the right attitude, or you're not working your hardest, you're not going to be involved, I suppose. So it's the same idea, no matter who's in charge, really.
Mm-hmm. Well, facing Limerick, obviously we know how physical they are. They've loads of threats, just like Kilkenny do. I suppose one of their threats is Aaron Gillane. You could have the job of marking him. Who knows? What would you make of that if you did have that job?
Yeah, I don't know. Whoever you're going out to mark, I suppose it's going to be a challenge. Could be anyone, doesn't matter who you're playing. Everyone brings a different challenge, and you have to be on your kind of your best kind of effort and performance to keep up with anyone, I suppose. Mm-hmm. And we'll go for it.
And what's it like to play with the likes of TJ Reid?
Sure, like TJ is just incredible. He's doing it for so long now. It's easy to look at the scores and stuff, but for me, it's just the work rate he brings to it. You see him back in the full back line there in the semi-final. It's just unbelievable to see such a role model and a leader for anyone there on the panel. Looking at him when I was younger and looking at him now, he's still unbelievable. So, it's a privilege to hurl with him.
And what is life like outside of hurling? I'm sure you need to have some downtime away from it too.
Yeah, of course. It's important to have that balance in your life, I suppose. You can't be tuned in all the time, so it's important to get away from it and take the mind off it.
And what's it like for your family and friends? I'm sure they'll all be in there for the All-Ireland final.
Yeah, family are all mad for hurling, so it'll be trying to keep the head down now for 2 weeks, I suppose, trying to keep away from them nearly. Yeah,
is that hard? Because I'm sure even going to work, to the shop, to anything, people will be saying it to you.
Yeah, look, Kilkenny people love their hurling, obviously, so it's obviously a hot topic, but just trying to just kind of get through the work for the next 2 weeks.
Brilliant, you. Well, thanks so much. Appreciate it.
Thanks, Ashley.